Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Dwayne Patrick Griffith, and I am the Ford Fellowship Program Manager here at Watson Institute. It is truly a privilege to welcome each and every one of you to our 2023 Ford Fellowship Summit. Today, we celebrate 25 next-generation impact entrepreneurs who radiate the passion for creating change in their respective global communities. Fellows, your journey has been filled with highs when you were climbing the mountains, lows when you faced the challenges in the valleys, and I am thrilled to share that because of your resilience, grit, dedication to a lifetime of impact, you have reached the summit. For this fellowship, fellows were selected to represent key geographical areas. These areas are Argentina, China, Mexico, South Africa, and the United States of America. Although the fellows represented these countries, they identify as global citizens, which makes me wonder, where is everyone calling in from? Please drop the name of your country or the flag emoji in the chat. I'm calling in from Magic City, Miami. While you share the responses in the chat, let me share a fact about Watson that many of you may not be aware of. This year marks 10 years since Watson Institute has been supporting fellows on their impact journey. Yes, a decade of impact. We have impacted over 1,800 leaders and entrepreneurs. Our fellows have raised over $175 million in funding and created over 1,500 paid jobs. I am thrilled to be part of this organization as we continue to champion our fellows. Over the last 16 weeks, the fellows have worked hard on your personal and professional growth. Having such a global cohort, which means we had weekly sessions from 7 a.m. in California to 10 p.m. in China. And I want to commend each and every one of you for making it this far. Michelle Janae wisely pointed out, and I quote, "Networking is not about just connecting people. It's about connecting people with people with ideas, and people with opportunities." Here at Watson Institute, we are proud to share that we have invested in the networks of these entrepreneurs by connecting them with mentors, partners, and many experts throughout the fellowship. Next, I offer thanks to our mentors, preceptors, Impact Series workshop presenters, and those who delivered valuable insights through their lectures, one-on-one coffee chats, and workshops. Finally, our preceptors Rob Kellogg and James Stevens, who supported the fellows by going the extra 37 miles to equip them with knowledge, skills, and advice throughout the entire program. Now it's time to begin the celebration. If you're an alumni, can you help get the party started by putting your name, venture, and graduation year in the chat? I'll kick it off. And I'm seeing a couple of familiar names in the chat, so it's good to see you all. As I give the virtual floor to the fellows who you came here to see, please remember to give them a round of applause and some encouragement in the chat. We have Matias Acosta from Argentina. Matias is a thought leader who has written more articles than there are shades of gray. And we all know there are 50 of those. He's the founder of Shaping Horizons, a program that aims to give young people and corporate talent the skills they need to reach new heights. But unlike other programs that focus just on the individual, Matias puts a heavy emphasis on building community. So if you're ready to soar new heights, Matias and Shaping Horizons are here to help you fly. Matias?
Have you ever felt that you were missing a purpose in your job? Julieta, Cristina, and I did. We went to great universities, yet we were missing the right skills for the labor market. We represent 70 million Latinos who are not ready for the sustainability labor market and are missing a purpose. Shaping Horizons started with a citizen science project at the University of Cambridge. We spin out the research into a community-driven social enterprise, thanks to our unique team's expertise on tech, innovation, and education. We create digital sustainability labs on a platform using our research-based learning modules. We start by defining a sustainability theme with our clients, which are large organizations who care about the use but don't have the possibilities of providing scalable upskilling for young people. We can create tailored 1 to 12 months in 2 weeks thanks to our platform. And we did that in the 4 labs that we created for these clients. We then reach young people. Cristina, an early career professional, chooses our executive leadership training. Meanwhile, Julieta, who is a student, learns with our curriculum and her project. We then match them for experiential learning. Cristina practices her leadership lessons by mentoring Julieta. Our clients first pay for our service of youth upskilling. We charge only $50 per student per month, and they choose us because of our unique scalable platform, unmatched quality of materials, and quantified upskilling impact. That's what makes us unique, but also our inclusive business model, because Cristina and Julieta receive the training entirely for free. They would only pay if Julieta builds a venture that raises funds or Cristina gets a new job. And their payments go to seed funding for future social ventures and also on stipends for low-income trainees. We target a $34 million obtainable market in Latin America. And our traction today is that we actually got $150,000 in grants and $35,000 in sales revenue. By selling 4 more labs per year, we can increase our sales revenue by 400%. So far, we trained 400 Julietas and 50 Cristinas. 20% of Julietas built a new social venture that actually remains operational after a year, and 15% of Cristinas receive a new job. But our impact is exponential. Julieta today runs Lufindo with a team she met thanks to us, and using our platform, they developed their solution. Together with other alumni, they actually have impacted 2,300 Latinos. So today, our collective impact is 3,000 people in Latin America. But by 2025, we can be impacting 30,000 people with your support. We are asking $300,000 for business development. Shall we impact the next 70 million Julietas and Cristinas together? Let's start shaping horizons. We will empower and upskill every young person to become a change maker.
Thank you, Matthias. The next fellow you will hear from will give you a quick update on the base camp they held at the end of November. But what is a base camp, you may ask? Base camps are short, intensive workshops designed to help entrepreneurs and leaders develop and communicate their business ideas. They're held over the course of 3 days and are focused on helping participants come up with solutions, create effective business model, and communicate their ideas to an external audience. Each fellow in the program was tasked with implementing a base camp in their home communities. Please welcome Jose Eduardo from Mexico. He's the man who started it all. He was the first one to host a base camp in the cohort, and it was such a hit that his partners were begging for an encore. He sparked an entrepreneurial spirit in his community, and now he's here to help light your own fire by sharing his story. Eduardo, the man whose base camp was so successful, it's like he's the Tony Robbins of entrepreneurship. Eduardo, you have the floor.
Hi everyone, my name is Eduardo Noriega and I'm the co-founder of Soles Basketball. My base camp was a big collaboration work between Watson Institute for Motor Company Fund, Universidad Autónoma de Chiapas, Universidad de Ciencias y Artes de Chiapas, a business association called Copromex, and some business owners. The main goal for this event was identify, propose, create, and present an idea based on at least one of the 17 development goals from the UN. They gathered up in teams to elaborate their project and make a 10-minute pitch presentation to 4 judges from the college involved. Our mentors were people with a lot of experience in their field. We had classes from several people with PhDs and a master's degrees, and one of them from Spain, and most of them from Mexico. During this time, we had a little activity. 5 participants show us their skill to try to sell the audience a bag of coffee from our sponsor. This was the first icebreaker for those who never made a selling pitch before. We had 24 participants from 5 different universities all over the state. Most of them were graduate students, bachelor's graduates, a few with master's degrees, and one current teacher with a PhD. All of them completed the 3-day program. 3 ideas were the winners for some gifts provided by our sponsors, and the big prize was 4 follow-up sessions through my company Rea 33 to make that idea better. The journey for them just started, and this was a very joyful experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Eduardo, for sharing your story. Our next presenter is Maria Rojas from Mexico. Please give her a warm welcome. She's a woman who's on a mission to save the planet, one plastic bottle at a time. With her passion for recycling, Maria has found a way to turn trash into treasure by creating unique and beautiful products like her eco-friendly jewelry line. She's like a modern-day Cinderella, but instead of turning a pumpkin into a carriage, she turns plastic waste into stunning accessories. So if you want to look good and do good for the planet, Maria's got you covered.
In Mexico, only 9.6% of single-use plastic are recycled, while in other countries it can reach up to 60%. My name is Maria, and we are Negro Neon, a sustainable and eco-friendly company of jewelry and accessories. All of our products are made from 100% recycled single-use plastics of soda caps, shampoo bottles, and 3D printed filament. The main problem we are addressing is the excessive use of single-use plastics and their wrong disposal, causing them to end up in landfills, nature, and the ocean, becoming microplastics, toxic fumes, and impossible to recycle. We solve it by the correct disposal of these wastes, giving them a second life to plastics such as HDP, PP, and PLA. At the same time, we educate our community and create awareness about the amount of single-use plastic we consume. In addition to that, our manufacturing process is low on carbon, emitting almost 85% emissions than traditional jewelry. And since our man input is plastic, it avoids the exploitation of the soils, being the mining industry one of the most polluted industries in the world. Our process is simple. We collect the plastic of our community, mostly donations, separate and shred our raw material, which is plastic. We create the designs of the sheets, bake and press, and once obtained, cut each of the pieces. Finally, we work on its finish to subsequently assemble each earring. After that, we move to the selling part. We use our social networks, website, and showroom to sell our earrings. We also sell wholesale to stores. We already have 10 distributors in the Mexican Republic, and we plan to have some international ones this year. All of our process is based on circular design. Every piece is designed with timeless fashion in mind, is repairable, and is infinitely recyclable. Our target users are women aged 18 to 35 who are interested in fashion and environmental care. We offer a variety of designs for each individual taste. Our customers are interested in acquiring ethical accessories that are alternatives to fast fashion, buying high-quality and locally made products, and dressing to impress, following modern fashion trends. Each pair we sell generates a profit of 60 to 70 of its total value, or ranges price from $15 to $30. This is a little bit of our journey. We started operations in February 2019, and then it came the pandemic, and this helped us a lot to have bigger sales and our own workshop. Between 2020 and right now, we have participated in multiple accelerators, winning prizes and small seed funding. One of our biggest achievements today is having our own showroom and workshop and working with amazing women. We don't have a permanent team yet, but we employ around 25 women who are students, single mothers, or just women that want to make an extra income. We offer them flexibility and they work from home. Right now, we are ready to grow and expand. We're looking to increase our manufacturing process and expand our line of products. For this, we need an injector machine, molds, and a bigger strategy to collect plastic. We are looking for $50,000 to purchase an injector machine to scale operations by 200%. This means we will recycle the double amount of plastic and we will reduce our waste by 50%. We currently recycle 60 kilos of single-use plastic per year. At Negro Neon, we promote plastic recycling by transforming waste into tangible and unique products. We believe in giving plastic a second life and fighting at the same time. My name is Maria Rojas, and this is my company. You can follow us at Negro Neon MX.
Thank you, Maria, for showing us what it means to do good while being creative. Up next is Kristen Calabria. She's a licensed therapist who's not just focused on fixing broken relationships, she's out to fix the entire system. As the founder of the Bridge Lab, Kristen's mission is to end systemic oppression in education through the lens of mental health. She's providing K-12 schools with preventative, system-oriented solution. Kristen is like a superhero, but instead of saving the world from physical threats, she's saving it from emotional ones. So if you want to help build a better future for our children, Kristen and the Bridge Lab are here to help one school at a time. Kristen?
You're a sophomore sitting in a high school auditorium. You've been called to an assembly about mental health because 3 of your classmates completed suicide back to back. You have this uncomfortable feeling in your stomach because everyone knows why you're here, but no one wants to talk about it. What no one understands is how something like this could have happened. Why did no one know what was going on, and why didn't anyone do anything about it? Hi, I'm Kristen Calabria, and I am the CEO and founder of the Bridge Lab. Back in 2016, I sat in a Bronx, New York high school auditorium delivering yoga and mindfulness to a group of students who had just lost 3 of their classmates to suicide. And it was that moment that inspired me to make sure that no student was ever invisible, and that when tragedy would strike, whether it was in the classroom or in the community, that students, teachers, and caregivers would be given the skills to heal. The Bridge stands for Building Resilience Through Inclusively Designed Guidance and Education. In order to empower whole school communities, I crafted a team of therapists, mentors, educators, and advocates in both K-12 and collegiate settings who have over 50 years of combined experience. What we quickly came to realize was that what was happening in the Bronx, it was happening across the US, and it could all be traced back to adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs. It's estimated that 1 in 2 kids across the US will experience at least one instance of abuse, neglect, household dysfunction, or lack of safety. These kids are in every single school across America, and while they may not wear their adversity on their sleeve, it comes out in the struggles that they have with their grades, their relationships, their resilience, and their vision of the future. COVID has exponentially increased the effects of this adversity, especially for our kids who live in impoverished and low-income communities. For many of these kids, adversity becomes a life sentence. The students that we serve are part of the 12.3 million young people who are enrolled in high poverty schools. 92% of them are students of color. Because of the lack of resources and the increased adversity, they are 4.5 times more likely to use drugs. They are 4 times more likely to be in detention, suspended, or expelled. And they are 6 times more likely to silently battle the mental health diagnoses that lead to suicide, like my kiddos in the Bronx. So the question that we asked ourselves is, how do we create a world where adversity does not have to be a life sentence? And that is where the bridge was born. We tackle adversity by changing the systems that students inhabit the most. That's school and home. Our students receive the most contact hours with weekly preventative and interventive care. Before and during the school year, we offer teachers and caregivers workshops, professional development, and specialized classroom intervention plans, all to change the system. Our 400-hour proprietary curriculum focuses on communication, stress, trauma, emotions regulation, and social justice. There are two other major social emotional learning companies who provide whole school curriculum, where they sort of give you a curriculum and wish you luck. We provide boots on the ground mental health professionals year round to analyze systems and implement action plans. As a startup nonprofit, we've already raised $50K in funding, $10K in grants. We serve 5 school districts across Los Angeles and San Diego, and we bring over 2,000 students and 100 teachers and admin mental health support. And I'll let them speak for themselves. Today, we are looking for donors to provide match funding for our low-income schools. Together, we can change the pathway from classroom to courtroom to classroom and career, ensuring that adversity does not have to be a life sentence. Thank you so much. We look forward to building a better future with you.
Kristen, thank you for showing us the importance of mental health services in the K-12 education system. My attentive audience, we've reached the halfway mark of our program, and I've got a special treat for you all, Michelle. She's the founder of Farming the Future, an organization that's taken education to new heights, literally. By teaching core science concepts and 21st century skills through agriculture, Michelle is showing young minds how to grow not only crops, but their own bright future. So if you're ready to plant the seeds of success, Michelle and Farming the Future are here to help you reap the rewards. Michelle?
I'm Michelle Madison from Farming the Future, where we build resilient communities one school district at a time. The education system is failing our students and depriving children's opportunities in innovative, industry-leading careers. 70% of students test below average on the National Science Test. Why does this matter? Because school districts lose federal funding from poor testing performance. Entire schools are shut down. And unfortunately, most school districts facing these issues are those in underrepresented minority and poverty-stricken communities. When kids aren't in school, they don't eat. Problematic since 13 million students already go to bed hungry each day. Districts on average have 15 schools, using federal funds to balance costs across the network. So some get 11 million per school. So a single school shut down from failing performance hurts the other schools. The only way to regain funding is improved test scores. So how do we create opportunities for underserved areas to raise science test scores? Easy, Farming the Future, a series of STEM through agriculture kits and curriculum designed for schools to not only nourish kids' minds, but their bodies too. Our products meet national science standards, helping kids learn core science concepts to improve testing performance. All of this results in better hands-on, practical science education. Best of all, it's science you can eat. FTF's programs directly address multiple crises facing schools today, all in one package. Textbooks delivered via our online platform, Teaching Science Through Gardening, providing professional development and how-to videos, plus in-depth support and training to guarantee success. Products are covered by schools' federal funds and have been shown to raise science test scores. Our revenue model, high quality product that lasts with recurring purchases of consumables and licenses. Full year programs or enrichment kits, including indoor and outdoor living laboratories, at-home student kits, plus custom programming for greenhouses, aquaponics, and hydroponics. So far, we've reached 38 states, impacted over 600,000 students, and provided 200,000 pounds plus of fresh food to kids in cafeterias. This is only the beginning. We launched our current model August of 2021, only 17 months ago. Since then, we've seen over 457,000 in sales. Q4 of 22, we did over 225,000. Our dedication to children and equity has been recognized globally, including the Department of Agriculture and the Muhammad Ali Humanitarian Awards. Our momentum is seen in newspapers, magazines, and TV channels nationwide. Our launch to market includes direct sales to school districts and industry partners. Mid-22, we launched with industry retail leaders The Infinity, and in 23, we secured signed partnerships with retailers, including Greenhouse Megastore, the nation's largest K-12 school greenhouse supplier. We're on a mission. The devastating COVID-19 pandemic caused the federal government to take action. Their response to the negative impact on students from COVID-19 was giving schools an extra $189 billion in relief funds. $53 billion of it is federally required to be spent on products like ours by September 2024. In order to capitalize on this rare opportunity to spread equity in STEM education, we are seeking to raise $500,000 in seed funding. This money would allow us to expand our production capabilities, expand our sales team to spread our programs into all 134,000 plus schools, and our working capital must be used to bridge operating costs during our accounts receivable gap, meaning to fulfill the goal of doubling our growth each quarter, we need growth capital. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to revolutionizing the world of science and agriculture with you. Please join us at Farming the Future, where together, we're farming the future of STEM education.
Thank you, Michelle. And I had the opportunity to use one of her grow kits, and it is truly amazing. Now, allow me to introduce Yasmar Cruz. She's the founder of Danzartes, an organization that's on a mission to empower women through movement. With her unique combination of yoga, dance, meditation, and coaching, Yasmar is helping women tap into their inner strength and improve their emotional health. She's like a personal trainer for the mind and body. So if you're feeling strong, confident, and powerful, Yasmar and Danzartes are here to help you unleash your inner goddess.
Did you know that the US has the biggest personal growth and wellness market in the world? It's valued at $52.5 billion. But only 10% of workers globally have access to workplace wellness. In this booming industry, only a few ones get to benefit. From this 10%, BIPOC and Latino populations are generally excluded. And we're here to change that. My name is Yasmar Cruz, and I am the founder of Danzartes Wellness. During the summer of 2020, women reached out to me to teach them yoga and meditation because they could no longer bear the isolation, lack of mobility, depression, and anxiety that the pandemic brought upon them. This is how Danzartes Wellness was born, to bring the best version of themselves into existence despite the circumstances. And they were not alone. According to the CDC, elevated levels of adverse mental health conditions, substance use, and suicidal ideation were reported by adults in the United States. The pandemic exacerbated this scenario for BIPOC women and their children, with an overwhelming 53% in the Latino population in New York City. New York City has 4.3 million women. 65% of them are BIPOC or Latinas. They are our target market because they were the most impacted ones. Our solution is a 3-tier personalized virtual coaching program where students get access to training, healing techniques, and skills to better their emotional, mental, and physical health. We solve the lack of access to quality wellness programs for BIPOC women. And in doing so, we're ensuring wellness equity. Our differentiation lies in the personalized coaching, competitive price, virtual lessons, and Spanish content. We move from the one-size-fits-all from our competitors. This wellness initiative won the 2021 Community Impact Award, and from there, new partnerships have begun. Our services. We have wellness packages that are sold directly to students. They run from 21 days up to 3 months. They receive certification upon completion, and after those 3 months, students have the opportunity to train in the Danzartes method. We also sell corporate wellness, where organizations acquire our programs and we provide wellness packages and programs to their staff at no additional cost. And also wellness retreats, where students get an immersive experience of our wellness programs while visiting a new country. Our impact so far: 100% of the women that have taken our programs recommended. 50% have enrolled for mental and physical health, and 60% for emotional health, which tell us that we are actually delivering what we say that we're delivering. We have over 5 cycles of our program so far. Our team brings over 25 years of expertise in the wellness, education, digital strategy, and marketing scenarios. I, Jasmar Cruz, founder and CEO, have run and implemented enrichment and wellness programs in over 50 schools in New York City and Puerto Rico, with a master's in dance education and over 15 years of teaching experience. My professional certifications include yoga, hatha yoga, yoga nidra, mindfulness, meditation, and Reiki healing. Christian Perez, manager of digital strategy, has over 10 years of experience running campaigns. And Trevor Gilchrist is our operations and healthcare consultant. Our ask, we're looking to raise over $100,000 that is going to go to hiring and operations, professional equipment, marketing and sales, and women's fund. With this, we hope that we can impact the lives of more women and the whole society. My name is Jasmar Cruz. This is Danzartes Wellness. Contact us via danzartes.com or in our social media platforms. Thank you.
We are now moving from dance to data. Thank you so much, Yasmar. Please give a warm welcome to Mylene Garcia. She's the co-founder of Data Género, an organization in Argentina that's using feminist data to create technological solutions and more inclusive public policies for everyone, regardless of their gender, race, social class, or religion. Mylene is like a data detective, using facts and figures to solve the mystery of inequality. So if you're ready to uncover the truth and make a real change, Mylene and Data Género are here to help you crack the case. Mylene, let us know how your base camp went. You have the floor.
Hello, I'm Mylene Garcia, CEO and co-founder of Data Género. On December the 2nd and the 3rd, the Basecamp Gender Data for Public Policy Development was held at the University of San Andrés in Buenos Aires during 13 hours. It was an initiative to promote the identification of problems and devise collaborative solutions for the development of public policy using gender data. It was aimed for people interested in data feminism and or public policies who work or study in related areas. From the 25 participants, 12% of them were students, 88% of them had a college degree, and 55% of them had postgraduate studies. 76% work in the public sector as analysts, researchers, or officials, and 52% of them had highly qualified experience in gender study, and 52% of them had highly qualified experience working with data. The Basecamp worked on 3 specific problems: the impact of motherhood on the labor trajectory of women, the creation of non-binary records on the National Public Administration, and mapping existing gender data at open data websites of national and subnational governments in Argentina. We have 3 main partners, but also we make alliances and work collaboratively with the Treasury, the Foreign Affairs Minister, and another civil society named Ecofeminita. This was a unique experience that combined work between NGOs and the government to find solutions due to the lack of gender data. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mylene, for hosting such an impactful Basecamp. Now, who loves food? I know I do. Our next presenter, Glenda Giselle, will share her passion for food with us. She's the founder of Rancho Esperanza, an organization that is changing the way we think about food. By using regenerative agricultural practices and a holistic management approach, Giselle is creating a sustainable and replicable microsystem where she's planning to grow the most delicious, highest quality, and most sustainable food for local communities. Giselle is like a farmer fairy godmother, turning barren land into bountiful harvests. So if you're ready to taste the future of food, Giselle and Rancho Esperanza are here to show you the way. Giselle?
Hello everyone, my name is Giselle Ortega and I'm the founder and CEO of Rancho Esperanza. I usually buy my groceries in the local market, but the other day one of my elderly neighbors asked me to go to one of the supermarkets we all know to pick up some groceries for her. Browsing the fruit and vegetable section, I was amazed to see mangoes a few days from winter. This whole situation made me realize how these advertised as fresh mangoes were picked while still unripe, shipped thousands of miles, and then artificially ripened using ethanol gas, robbing them of all of its nutritional value. But wait, it doesn't end there. Although climate change is a natural cycle that amazing Mother Earth does for regulating its own temperature, the economic activities our society had made in the last 7 decades affected this unregulating cycle, and what was normal now has become one of the main concerns for the future of humankind. One of the worst effects of global warming is soil degradation because all of the loss of biodiversity it comes with. Nothing can grow on an unhealthy soil, so farmers opt to use genetic modified organism seeds, pesticides, chemical fertilizers, and very toxic herbicides to produce poor quality and contaminated crops, fruits, and veggies that harm our well-being instead of nurturing us. So, in Rancho Esperanza, our main goal is to raise and grow the best tasting, finest quality, and most sustainable food for the local communities. All this while using an holistic management and regenerative agricultural practices. With more than 350 species of edible and non-edible plants and key transformative activities, Rancho Esperanza is going to produce more than 400 of locally and responsibly grown products, which allow us to have multiple revenue streams all year around. Sounds amazing, right? But wait, there's much more. Rancho Esperanza is structured as a sustainable economic microsystem, which is going to allow us to be easily replicable around Mexican territory. As you know, Mexico is one of the few countries that has almost all weathers, and it occupies the 5th place in the worldwide rank of biodiversity. So, even if the territory changes, there will be multiple choices of native crops and plants we can grow. Through a permanent, but most importantly sustainable educational program, we believe that not only our size market will grow, but will also detonate a shift in the consumption habits of the population in Jalapa. In this slide, you can see our growth strategy, where everything is planned using an holistic approach and focusing on adaptability and resilience. So, why me and why now? Well, this isn't my first rodeo. From distributing agroecological premium products within Mexico City to creating a faculty program focused on good waste management practices, your girl has experience. But to be honest, I have other motives as well. Esperanza is not only the Spanish word for hope, it's also the name of my mother, who is the main reason I have such a close relationship with nature. Very, very, very few years ago, when I grew up here in Jalapa, she allowed me to be free and wild with other 10-year-olds. So, naturally, when I chose to become a mother, I had no doubt of what kind of childhood I wanted my kid to have. 15 months ago, I welcomed beautiful baby Julieta into the world. And as an autonomous mother, I needed to find a way to provide us without compromising our bond. And then everything just clicked. I honestly believe these are the ways to detonate a true sustainable development where locality, education, and regeneration are the key elements to improve our common future. And that's why I am asking you today $250,000 to help fund the next generation of sustainable fruit production in Mexico. Thank you so much.
Now moving on to our last presenter, but definitely not least. Hold on to your seats and please give a warm welcome to Jing Su, a woman who's passionate about the minds of future generations. With her extensive research and experience in early childhood education space, Jing is on a mission to bring more diverse and alternative discourse to Chinese parents and practitioners. She's like a guardian angel for young minds, ensuring that they have the best possible start in life. So if you're ready to shape the future, Jing is here to show you how it's done. Jing, you have the floor.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Jing, the founder of Co-Children. Co-Children is an internet enterprise aiming to reshape the image of children as active agents through content creation, curriculum development, and a community transformative change. Our target audience and customers are Chinese parents and teachers of children aged 0 to 6 years old. When I was a child, I was raised and educated in the environment filled with various types of prejudice. What's worse, the agony resulting from the prejudice was considered unacceptable by the adults around me because, in their eyes, the image of children should be innocent and ignorant. How could a child be anxious and painful? However, such unsettled agony accumulated like a snowball. So during my adolescence, I experienced a long period of anxiety and depression. Until 20, I never thought about looking back to my childhood or working with children in the future. Unexpectedly, when I turned 20, I had a baby brother. During my interaction with him, for the first time, I had the opportunity to revisit my childhood and discover the unlimited potential of children. Such curiosity about children drove me to change my career trajectory from interpretation industry to the field of children's education. During the 4 working years with hundreds of children and families, I couldn't help being puzzled and worried why the history is being repeated. The prejudice I experienced in my childhood 20 years ago are still vibrant on young generations today. Being eager to unravel the problems, in 2020, I returned to graduate school in the University College London to study early years education. This year's learning and my research project regarding racism gave me new tools to investigate the implicit or explicit biases from sociological and anthropological lens. Professor Brenner's ecological system theory made me realize that children's learning are very context-dependent, and this context changes with complex relations from macrosystem like family to macrosystem like social values. That's how children form prejudice during their first 1,000 days in their interactions with surroundings. Without deconstruction at early stage, this prejudice would persist into adulthood, and children become reproducers of prejudice. Therefore, together with other 3 MA fellows, on a weekly basis, we began to present counter-narratives from various stakeholders in the ECE field through podcasting and popular science on social media platforms. To October last year, our WeChat public account has reached 3,000 followers. Apart from content creation, we initiated monthly online events from February last year. To our excitement, each activity could be fully registered within 24 hours, and the satisfaction rate of each post-activity survey was above 90%. In our online Basecamp this time, I merely combined the things I had ever done. After my journey in Watson began, I started to turn my passion into venture by generating revenue based on the following services and products. Finally, I hope our platform can engage and empower more adults like me to have new eyes on children and childhoods so we can embark on a real voyage of discovery about ourselves. Thank you.
Everyone, we have reached our final moments together as we climb the summit and heard from these amazing fellows. This is just a showcase of some of the incredible talent we had in the program. Please look out for our thank you for attending email to see more information about the rest of the fellows in the program and how you can connect with them and support them as well. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has made this program possible. Thank you to the fellows for sharing your knowledge and expertise and for being a shining example of what's possible. Thank you to the mentors, preceptors, guest speakers, volunteers, and Impact Series teachers for dedicating their time and energy to making the world a better place. Truly appreciate all of you for joining us today and investing in the future of these amazing social impact innovators. I want to encourage you to reach out to the Watson team to learn more on how you can get involved and connect with the fellows directly to support their initiative. Nelson Mandela wisely pointed out, and I quote, "Learning that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Thank you all for protecting the courage of our fellows. And I look forward to welcoming you to the next Watson Institute Summit in May 2023. Goodbye for now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.